Okay, so back on organizing our UVs. So we got this part for the armor for our leg area. And what I want to do is I want to go ahead and just select all of these. Go ahead and scale it. And then scale some more, scale down some more. And then for the parts that I want to be bigger are the bigger meshes for the armor. So the areas that the parts that are not the sharp parts, the body of the armor here, I'm gonna make them all bigger than the sharp areas. Okay, so these. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do a little pack island for this one and scale it down. Okay, and I could rotate. And which one? This one is gonna be that right there. And this one. And this is gonna be the top part. And I'm gonna go ahead and rotate this way. And I'm gonna go ahead and bring it down a tad bit and rotate. This one here and this one here. I'm gonna bring it down a tad bit. This one is for the, which one is this? Oh, okay. So this is gonna be for the armor part, for that, the back part. Okay, great. And this one is there. Okay, so this right here, cannot forget this one. And this is also part of the, okay, so this is the back part of that. I'm gonna move this down. And I wanna make sure I know what this is. What is this? Okay, so this is gonna be for the shoe area. And also this is also for the shoe. Alright, so these are all for the shoe areas. Right here. Alright, so okay, all of these is gonna be the actual shoe, and this is gonna be the armor. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and select these, rotate it. I'm gonna go ahead and scale it down a tad bit. This one here, move it right here, scale it 90 degrees, scale it negative 90 degrees, and then scale it down. Okay, I'm going to move this to the side. Also these, move it right here. Okay, and these are the shoe parts. I'm gonna go and do a little pack island for that. Move it down, scale it. Okay, this is gonna be a little smaller. And the sharp parts are definitely going to be a whole lot smaller. So I'm just going to go ahead and really scale that down and move it. Alright, what I want to do is I want to bring these up right here. This is going to be the armor part. Scale it down a bit. And then we have this one, which is going to be for the shoe. I'm going to move it up here. We scale it a tad bit down. And we got this one, which is, okay, this is gonna be for all parts of the jewelry. I'm gonna move it here. And this could be smaller. And I could look at, this is a reference, the face. So it's gonna be smaller than the actual face, but we don't want it too small because it is an important part of the character. When I render this out, I'm gonna render the face along with the torso, and this is really gonna show. So I don't want the necklace to be too low resolution. And another thing is the face here. Let me see. This one and this one is gonna be the face area. I want to see how it looks like if I unwrap this again. And move that out. Okay. And let me see how it look. I'm gonna go ahead and rotate this 90 degrees. Okay, I think this is a better unwrap than what we had previously. And this one I'm gonna put it right there. Okay, and I'm gonna go and select all of these. Okay, so this is gonna be for the necklace, and I'm just gonna make sure it's a little bigger than the actual chain part. But I don't want it as big as the head, of course. It's still gonna be smaller than the head. Alright, and so these are all for the necklace parts. I'm just gonna move this here. And looking at these, it looks like we still have a lot of space for the face and the torso and the arms, which are the really important parts. And so I'm gonna do something about this. Let me see here. I'm gonna put it back on material preview, easier on the eyes. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select the face area. Everything here. And the ears. I'm actually gonna make these bigger. Yeah, I'm gonna make the face bigger. I know the face is very important. And probably even the eye, I could make it bigger. The eye UVs. Because we do have a lot of extra space. I'm gonna go and scale it, tab it up. Alright. And so scale it up a bit. And also the arm, we could scale the arms. The torso and the arms could be scaled up a bit. Important parts of the areas that are gonna show. I'm gonna scale this up. Okay, and this is gonna be the hand inside. Shift Z. Yeah, so this is the one that's covering the gloves. So I don't really need to make this large or anything. But what I could do is I could select these and just kind of move them here. Select these, move them here. And this one gonna be here. Yeah, probably could rotate. So trying to have it fit. Alright, sometimes you might want to have to rotate it to have it fit better. Alright, so that's good. And the eyes, I could put them here. And these, put them here. Rotate. something like that. And then this could go right about here. And then just do a little rotation and just gonna move it. And another thing that I could make bigger is gonna be the important detailed armor, which is this. This could be a tad bit bigger. Okay, let me see this one, this one. So I just want to make sure I'm selecting all parts of that. Shift Z. And also this here. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and scale it up a tad bit. And select these here and kind of move it closer. Alright. This is going to be for the leg area, I believe. Yep, that's the one. And I just still want to make sure that these areas, like the legs, are going to be closer to the body parts. So I'm going to just move them here. So this is right now, all I'm doing is reorganizing everything at the same time, trying to make the most out of my space that I have. So if I can make some parts larger, then that is what I will do. And this one is, okay, so that one is that part. I'm gonna go ahead and move this and put it right here below. And then this is gonna be the feet area, and I'm just gonna put them right here. Right here. And maybe I could even scale it a tad bit. Alright, something like that. Alright. And go ahead and start putting them, moving them, and trying to fill up the space as much as possible. Okay, and then all of these. If you want to maximize the view, just press Ctrl Spacebar on your keyboard so you can see a larger view of your UV layout. And I'm just gonna move this down. That. Okay. And thinking about how I could make the most out of the spacing here. I know this is gonna be the leather area for that's underneath the armor, so maybe I could just move this here. Maybe I could even scale it up just a tad bit. And I could select this and just kind of move this here. And let's see what else I could do. Right, for this one, I just kind of move this here down below. Then this one I could move down. Okay, and I think maybe for this here, I can bring it down a little bit, down like this. And these are the... Okay, so which part of these? I just want to make sure I know. Okay. Alright. Okay. Yeah, those are just the sharp parts of the wrist armor and also the back part of the armor, so they could be quite small. I don't mind that at all. And I'm just gonna kind of move this down here. then hit the space bar. So I'm trying to like have a little bit more space here for this. So let me see if I could just select all of these, and if I move them here, okay. So some parts need to be moved, like these some of these areas, some of these UVs. I could just move them somewhere else. Move this here, and these, move them here. Okay, and see here. Okay, so maybe for all of these, move them somewhere else, maybe right here. Yeah, just be careful that you don't see any overlapping. You see how there's like overlapping right there? It's like touching each other, the UVs. So just be careful that you don't see that. You might want to really zoom in. Okay, and let me try to add this back. Okay, this one I could kind of lift this up. Same for this. I'll lift that up. That's good enough. Oh, undo that. Accidentally deleted it. Alright. And of course, I gotta have this fit in somewhere. So I think I gotta make more space. Let me see. So if I put this is kind of, like I said, trying to solve like some kind of puzzle. All right, so I probably have to move these somewhere else. Could select these here. You gotta move it right here. And then these, I'm gonna move it down. Right? And then this one and this one, I'm gonna move it here. Just making sure they're not really touching each other. Okay, and I'm gonna move this here a little closer. And also this one, right out here. Okay, now this one. Alright, let me see which part that is. Again. Yeah, so this is really the important part. It's really detailed. So I want to make as much of that as possible. Use up the space for that. And then this is going to be the bottom of that armor. So I don't really care how big that is. I could even scale it a tad bit down. Something like that. And I can even select this and scale it just a bit more, as we have the space for it. Okay, and these right here, I could select all of these. So this is gonna be the side part. I'm gonna move them, and I'm gonna try to make the most out of this. I could probably select these right here and kind of move them somewhere around this area. I could even scale it just a tad bit down and move it maybe right here. And these here, I can move that like right about here. Try to fit that in. Okay, that's making the most out of my space there, which is good. And this one, I could kind of move this down. This one, even lower. And also this here, could move that down. And this, right about here. Okay. And looking at this, we do still have some extra space. So we could think about more the important parts, maybe the armor for the wrists here. We could even make them bigger, right? So I could select all parts of the armor around this area. So I don't care much about the back part of the armor, but I do care about the front. So maybe for this, we could make use of some of the space that we have, right? So this could be a tad bit larger. Oh, careful. Make that a little larger. And this one is gonna be for this. Okay, so this could be here. And then this one could be right about here. And this could be right here. And then we have this, could take up this space. And once again, there's still some more space that we could definitely use. And if I look at this one, okay, so that one is for this, and this here is the face. All right, maybe for this I can even make it a little bit larger, and then move this a little bit, so taking up a little bit more of the space there. Okay, so I think this, we could make this a little larger for the leather part. Okay, so thinking about, maybe I could select this one and this one, and which, okay, that's gonna be for the shoe. So maybe I could make use of this space. Move it up. And then this one, I can move it here. Okay. And this, check this out. All right. Okay, so this is gonna be like the strap part. And I just kind of move this here right now. And I'm trying to find a space for this one. And also this. Find a space for that. Move it closer. Great. And then I could go back to these. I can move this and rotate it. So maybe like this. And then this one, all these belt areas, we're gonna just rotate this. This is actually a strap. It's not a belt, it's a strap. Right. And this one is gonna be for the armor part. I believe that's okay. This one is actually just for the back part, so I'm not really concerned about that. And so we got a bit more space to make a few things larger. So I'm looking at what I could enhance. Let's see. So another important part. Okay, so for this, I think for the chain, it is quite small. I made them quite small. Yeah, and also this is gonna be the strap part. Yeah, I'll leave it as is. Let's see here. Okay, maybe for the gloves, we could even make them bigger. So looking at the gloves part, oh yeah, these are the gloves. So for this, you can make them a little larger. So just making sure that they are all selected. Okay, so I'm gonna scale it up. All right, And of course, having better fit. Some areas here. And also here. Can even make them just a tad bit larger. Alright. So yeah, if you guys got some more space that you could work with, feel free to just go ahead and further adjust and make some parts of your mesh UVs here larger. And this one is that. I'm just gonna go ahead and rotate this and have it right down there. So just by doing that, it looks like I have a little bit more space. Okay, this one is gonna be the chest strap area. And this one is gonna be, yeah, that's the skull. Okay, so maybe for this, I could even go ahead and, oops, careful with that. I think I still have, you see how I still have this selected, so I'm gonna deselect that before I start doing anything with the skull. And I'm gonna go ahead and scale it up. So since I have an extra space, and this one is gonna be the teeth area. Yeah, I think the teeth area is definitely large enough. And I'm gonna look at the nose ring. Okay, so the nose ring here, I think that's pretty large already. This one is okay. Alright, maybe for this here I could select all of these, scale them up. And move it here. Rotate. Probably not that large. I could scale it back down. Okay, so there's more areas there we could use. And this one is going to be the skirt. Okay, so for the skirt, I could even make him larger. And I could move this maybe here. And this one, I could further move it up. What I could do is I could move some of these maybe up here. So let me try to do that. And also we have something here. I'm gonna have to check what that is. I'm gonna move this up here. And then this one, gotta know which part that is. Okay, that's gonna, ooh, that's actually the skirt area. So we could actually make this a tad bit bigger. And this one, which one is this? Oh, okay. That's actually for, yeah, the sharp parts here, which I don't care much about that because it's gonna be shown from far away. So I'm just gonna kind of move this somewhere here. All right, and this, I can move it right about here. So little things like thin parts, we could like find a really good space for these. I'm just gonna move this one up. All right, so now we have a little bit of extra space going that we could try to fit in some more stuff in there. Okay, and these, let's select all these here and just move. And then I can select all of these right here. Okay, I'm gonna move them right there. Okay, and what I could do is I could select these and just kind of move it up. And then this one here, we could kind of move this somewhere here. And then this one we can move here. Right. And of course we still need to have a little bit more spacing here. Okay. Alright. Making sure that there's no overlapping, and there's a little overlapping right on this one. So I'm gonna select this here and just gonna move this up. That part is that. What I could even do is scale this up a tad bit. Move this down. Alright, something like that. And we have more spacing here. Maybe we could move this here. And then this one, we could even rotate this one, have it fit right about here. Try to see if we could put this somewhere else. Sometimes they just need to be separated from their brothers and sisters, but that's okay. As long as most of them is together where you could find them easily, should be fine. Alright, and I think this is pretty packed, and making the most out of our space is very, very important. Alright, so maybe for this part is actually another part of the gloves, so I could even scale this up since it is part of the gloves. There you go. And just zooming in, make sure that I don't have any overlapping UVs. Alright, careful, make sure there's no overlapping. I zoom in every part if you need to zoom in. Okay, I think this is it for all our stuff. And I could even go. Yeah, I really want to make this larger, so I could just make it just a tad bit larger. Not too much, but just enough so that we have a lot of area that we're using there. And maybe these. So these are the pants, I believe. Yep. So we can even make this a little bit larger. And I'm gonna select this and just gonna move it up. And then this one, make it farther apart. You gotta zoom in, make sure there's no overlapping. Okay, so they're all there. Great, the belts are there. Okay, I think this is pretty much it. It's making the most out of our space here. And here you go, guys.